Those tiny, colorful M&Ms are familiar to millions of candy lovers around the world. But behind every little piece, there is a surprisingly precise production line. It starts with smooth chocolate, then comes the crisp, glossy candy shell, and finally, that small white M is printed onto each piece with incredible accuracy. Today, M&Ms come in more than 10 different varieties, but two of them still stand above the rest: the classic milk chocolate M&Ms and the peanut M&Ms, two iconic favorites often linked to the familiar characters red and yellow. In today's video, we're heading inside the factory, and we'll see how these legendary candies are made, one step at a time. Every batch of M&M's chocolate begins far from the factory floor. It starts in tropical cacao-growing regions, especially in West Africa. Under hot, humid sunlight, cacao trees grow quietly year after year. And unlike many fruits, cacao pods grow directly from the trunk and branches. When the pods are ripe, farmers do not rely on heavy machinery, they harvest them by hand, one pod at a time. Using knives or specialized tools, they carefully cut each pod from the tree. The movement has to be precise. It protects the tree, and it keeps the cacao beans inside from being damaged. Once the pods are opened, the beans are removed and fermented for several days. This is where the flavor begins to develop. Then they are spread out across large drying mats under the tropical sun. For the next 7 to 10 days, farmers turn the beans again and again. This helps them dry evenly. Slowly, the moisture inside begins to drop. The outer shell tightens and becomes firmer, and deep inside each bean, the raw, earthy aroma of cacao starts to emerge. When the dried cacao beans arrive at the factory, the first step is cleaning. They are filtered and sorted to remove dust, loose shells, and any remaining impurities. From there, the beans move into roasting ovens. The temperature is tightly controlled, and this is where the cacao begins to change. The heat unlocks its deep aroma. It softens the raw, earthy notes, and it creates that familiar, slightly bitter foundation behind real chocolate. After roasting, the thin outer shell is removed. What remains is the heart of the bean, the cacao nib. These nibs are then fed into powerful grinding machines. As they break down, their natural cocoa butter is released, and what starts as a dry, crumbly material slowly turns into a thick, smooth cacao mass. This is called chocolate liquor. From this cacao base, the factory begins building the M&M's chocolate recipe. Milk is added, then sugar, cocoa butter, lecithin, salt, and the signature flavors that give M&M's their recognizable taste. The mixture is then refined and mixed for a long period of time. Again and again, it is worked until the texture becomes smooth, even, and silky. Once the chocolate has the right flavor and texture, it moves into the tempering stage. This is where temperature control becomes critical. By heating and cooling the chocolate with precision, the factory helps it hold its shape after molding. Then the warm, semi-liquid chocolate is sent into small molds, and this is where each M&M center begins to take form. As the chocolate passes through chilled molds, the temperature drops quickly. The chocolate starts to set, and slowly it becomes a tiny, uniform center. A standard chocolate core is only about 1.04 centimeters wide, and it weighs close to 0.9 grams. That may sound incredibly small, but on a high-speed production line, size matters. Millions of pieces have to come out almost exactly the same. After leaving the molds, the chocolate centers travel through a cooling tunnel. This allows them to fully harden before the next stage. From there, they move into a rotating and screening system. The gentle tumbling helps smooth out the surface. It gives the centers a rounder, cleaner shape. At the same time, the system removes extra chocolate fragments, and any pieces that do not meet the standard are taken out of the line. Only the approved chocolate centers continue forward. You have probably wondered about that candy shell around an M&M's. It is not there just for color. That thin shell helps protect the chocolate inside. It also helps keep the candy from melting in your hand, and of course, it gives each piece that bright, polished look. To make it, the factory prepares a sugar syrup blend. It starts with sugar, corn syrup, and carefully measured coloring ingredients. The mixture is cooked at around 220 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes until it reaches the right glossy, syrupy texture. Then it is cooled down to about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. From there, the syrup is pumped into massive coating drums. This stage is known as panning. Before the bright colors are added, each M&M's usually gets a thin base coat. Think of it like a primer. It helps the next layers of sugar stick evenly to the surface. In total, each candy may receive about 6 to 7 ultra-thin layers of sugar syrup. Each layer is almost impossible to see on its own, but together they create that hard, crisp, smooth shell around the chocolate center. Only after this coating is complete do the candies move to the coloring station. Inside the massive rotating coating pans, the colored syrup is added slowly. At the same time, thousands of candies keep tumbling at a steady speed. That movement is what makes the color spread evenly, not just on one side, but all around each piece. Layer by layer, the sugar coating continues to build. In some batches, the candy can receive up to 14 total layers. The final layer is a carnauba wax blend, and this is what gives each M&M's its signature shine. It creates that smooth, glossy surface. But here is something you may have never noticed. Each batch follows a specific color ratio. About 24% blue, 20% orange, 16% green, 14% yellow, and 13% each for red and brown. So yes, the next time you open a bag of M&M's, you can actually count them and check for yourself. By this point, the candies are almost finished, but one final detail is still missing. Can you guess what it is? That is right. The final step that makes an M&M's instantly recognizable is the tiny white M, and every single piece has to get one. This is done with a high-speed printing system. It works in a way that is similar to offset printing. The candies are guided into small grooves on a conveyor belt. Then they pass under precisely aligned rubber rollers. At full speed, this system can handle more than 2.5 million M&M's every hour. The white marking is made with edible food-grade ink. It meets the safety standards required for confectionery products. After the white M is printed, the finished chocolate M&M's drop out of the printing lanes. Then they continue moving along a small conveyor. But before they are inspected, sealed, and packed into cases, let's switch to another production line, the peanut M&M's line. Every batch of peanut M&M's starts with runner peanuts. They have already been blanched, shelled, and stripped of their thin outer skins. Runner peanuts are one of the most common peanut varieties in the United States. They are widely grown across the South and Southeast, especially in states like Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Texas. The peanuts arrive at the factory in large containers. Each one can weigh around 2,000 pounds, and every day the facility can process several tons of peanuts. To begin, a large container of peanuts is lifted and poured into a hopper. From there, the peanuts move into the roasting system. Inside, they are heated to about 320 degrees Fahrenheit for roughly 10 to 15 minutes. As they roast, automatic agitators keep the peanuts moving. This helps them cook evenly and prevents any one side from scorching. When the roasting is complete, the warm golden peanuts pour onto a moving conveyor. There, they are cooled completely. Only then are they ready to meet the chocolate in the next stage. The cooled peanuts are transferred into a massive rotating drum. Inside, liquid milk chocolate is added slowly. As the drum turns, the chocolate coats each peanut evenly. The coating is built gradually, layer by layer, usually with about 5 to 6 thin layers of chocolate. This creates a smooth, even shell around the peanut. After that, the chocolate-covered peanuts move through a cooling tunnel. Here, the coating firms up, and the soft chocolate becomes a solid shell, ready for the next stage of production. Just like the classic chocolate version, peanut M&Ms start their shell with a thin sugar coating. This first layer works like a base. It seals in the chocolate, and it helps prevent the natural oils from the peanut from affecting the colored shell on the outside. Then comes the step that makes peanut M&Ms instantly recognizable: the bright color coating. Different colored syrups are sent to separate coating pans. Inside each pan, the chocolate-covered peanuts keep tumbling. This constant motion helps the color spread evenly across the surface. Finally, the peanut M&Ms receive a very thin polishing coat made with carnauba wax. This is what gives each candy its smooth, glossy look. And under the factory lights, it makes every color appear even brighter. Once the polishing is complete, all 6 candy colors come together on a central conveyor. From there, they move toward the printing line. This is where the familiar white M is placed onto every single piece. After printing, the candies move into a computer-controlled weighing system. Here, each batch is portioned with precision. The goal is to keep the color balance consistent in every bag. For peanut M&Ms, the typical color mix is often described as about 23% blue, 23% orange, 15% green, 15% yellow, 12% red, and 12% brown. That balance helps every bag feel familiar, not just in flavor, but in the colorful mix fans expect to see. From there, the candies are sent into M&M's bright, recognizable packaging. Each bag is weighed, sealed tightly, and checked to help protect the candies from moisture, air, and outside damage. This helps preserve their crunch and fresh flavor as they travel. Finally, the finished bags move down the conveyor line. They are packed into shipping cases, then sent into the distribution system. From the factory, they begin their journey to supermarkets, convenience stores, movie theaters, and vending machines around the world. If you enjoyed this factory tour, make sure to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and join us again as we explore more fascinating food production processes from around the world.